How to replace the cable on your Vax Air vacuum cleaner. This is a quick and easy fix, and all you need is a cross-headed screwdriver and a pair of long-nose pliers. You've probably noticed how thin and flimsy these Vax cables are, so today we're actually upgrading it to a Dyson-quality cable. This will mean that it's not damaged so easy in future. First things first, make sure your vacuum cleaner is unplugged from the mains. We're going to cut off the old cable so it's not in the way. We're going to remove the bin, and then we need to undo these two screws that hold on the cover in the switch area. Now the cover's off, I've just laid the vacuum cleaner on its back so we can see what we're doing a bit easier. Inside, we need to just remove the wiring so it's out the way. We need to put this grommet to one side because we're going to use that on the new cable. Now you can see the blue wire from the cable attaches to the blue wire inside, and then the brown one actually goes all the way to the back behind another two connectors that we need to remove. We're going to go in now with our pliers. The first connection here, remove that from the side. That goes onto the switch for the brush bar. Then you've got a red wire, remove that from the switch. And then finally, the one we're after is the brown one tucked in right at the back. You can cut the blue wire off just near this connector like so. Now let's look at the new cable. We need to put the grommet on from your old cable, and then obviously you've got a connector on the brown which we're going to keep, but the blue one, we're just going to cut that connector off. Then we need to trim about 5mm of insulation off of the cable so you can connect it to the other one. The other one can also be trimmed in the same way. Twist the copper wire, and then instead of soldering, I'm going to use this splice line connector. Now if you buy the cable from my website, on the link in the description and in the comments, I will supply one of these connectors for you too. They're dead simple to use. You just push in the wire at both sides and then it grips it and makes a strong connection. Now we just need to get the pliers back out. We're putting the brown connector right at the back where we got it from. Then the red wire goes on, and then finally this last wire connects to the switch for the brush bar. Now we can just tuck in all the wires and make sure your grommet's in place. Now listen carefully, we need to make sure that the grey insulation is tucked into this position like so in this channel, because when we put the cover on, the inside of the cover actually grips the cable and stops it from being pulled out of your vacuum cleaner. This is really important. Press the cover on firmly and then replace the two screws that we took out. Now simply put your bin back on and you're free to vacuum clean again. Thank you for watching, and YouTube has chosen this next video for you. Also, a quick mention, my wonderful wife has just released her first ever murder mystery novel, and we would be delighted if you would go to her website, jadegrafton.com, to receive your free sample.